Welcome back, Dr. Nwodo. Please round up your thoughts on...
Well, I'm saying that, the kind of education that my generation had, has prepared us to be a lot more productive. It has prepared us to acquire more knowledge and to use the knowledge as an instrument of growth.
And so we need to look into
the quality of education that we're having now.
Okay, now let's talk about Ohaneze and Igbo. You've taken over as the president. Tell us, what are those plans you have for repositioning that organization?
Well, I want to use it as an instrument of unifying Igbos. I want to use it as an instrument of orchestrating the Igbo position in the Nigerian experiment and putting it on the table of discussion. At no time since the end of the Civil War have we had the kind of ethnic tension that we have in Nigeria today. Talking for my people, they don't feel that they are part of this country. In the Southeast, where I come from, nobody from the Southeast is heading any of the security services in Nigeria. Not the Army, not the Air Force, not the Navy, not the police, not the customs, not the immigration, not the Nigerian Intelligence Agency, not the SSS, not the Road Safety Corps, not the Civil Defense. The impression of the average Igbo man is that you are not trusted enough to be put in a sensitive security situation. Full stop. Number two, since the end of the war till today, the Niger Bridge has remained in its delicate situation and has been reflected in every budget for a second Niger Bridge. Jonathan awarded it. The implementation was lethargic. General Buhari came to government and suspended the contract for a while and re-awarded it. We are still waiting to see whether it will ever work. I remember Jakande as Commissioner for Works, Federal Commissioner for Works, telling us it will soon be done. Just like Fashola told us the other day, in 17 months your road will be done. Nobody in the Southeast believes him. Because we've been told the same thing. And if you go to the books of the National Assembly, you do not see the funds that are likely to finish them within the declared space of time. Now, if you drive to the east, we are like a people, a conquered people. In every major town you come into the east, there is a military checkpoint. They call it Python dance. If they screened you for arms and ammunition, I will understand that is national security imperative. But they collect money from you. Between Enugu and Onitsha, there are 17 checkpoints that are enumerated on one trip. They are police checkpoints. Some are police and army combined. The commercial vehicle drivers drop the money on the ground. They do not care whether the Inspector General of Police is coming in an oncoming vehicle or whether you are photographing it. It does not happen anywhere else in the Federation. I have been presidential candidate. I've traveled around Nigeria. I've not seen it anywhere. And nobody cares. I said it before at 82 Division. I was arrested. I have said it at every public forum that I have opportunity to do so. Why are we being treated like a defeated people?
Is that why some of the youths are still talking about the indigenous people, the half-breed?
Who wouldn't if you were in their shoes? I did so when we went to war in Biafra. The pogrom unleashed on our people was a catalyst for war. And no civilization murders people in a way to solve political problems. Now, but look right now. The children go to school, they cannot find a job. Because here, when I was in the University of Ibadan, when we were leaving university, we were interviewed by the Federal Civil Service Commission. And we were employed in order of merit. And our names were published in the newspapers and posted to various ministries before you finish your youth corps. There is no way an ordinary Nigerian graduate is sure that he will get a job. Many have languaged for 5 years, a majority of them in the Southeast.
Do you support that idea of, the independent people, indigenous people of Biafra?
Let me tell you, I fought for Biafra before in 1967. I see the conditions that propel Biafra existing now. I see the children restive and even threaten us, their fathers, that they cannot subsist under this present political situation. I am their father. Their grief is my grief. Their struggle is my struggle. Even though I do not agree that it is necessary to waste Igbo lives now, I believe that Nigeria can be restructured in such a manner that every part of Nigeria can develop on its own momentum.
I was going to ask
with
you,
a reasonable sense of fiscal independence.
How would you tie all of this to united Nigeria?
You cut me short. So whoever is listening to me will not get the idea of my views. I mean, you adulterate me in such a way that he will only get my introduction without getting the rest on the earth of my views. You see, I have a feeling that what is being done to these boys has exacerbated them and increased their capacity for violence. Boko Haram is a military force. It has conquered some territories, even though some have been recaptured. It has installed local authority. It has installed traditional authority. It has planted its flag. Nothing could be more treasonable. OPC moves like a motorcade in Southwest, saluted by police checkpoints. The other day there were demonstrations in Lagos, in Abuja, in Ijabu, and police was protecting the demonstrators. They demonstrated, but they are mowed down and killed. Nobody investigates it. Between Enugu and Anambra State, there is a river. There are 20 bodies floated on that river for 2 months. And they were supposed to be mass-up bodies. Nobody cared. No investigation till today. In Port Harcourt the other day, in solidarity with President Trump, they demonstrated and 11 people were killed. According to them, police said 1. I called for an inquiry. Find out how many were killed and why they were killed. Nobody has listened to me. Do you belong to such a country which is deaf to the sanctity of life?
Okay, well, I'm afraid we'll have to...
I wish you would invite me again so that we can do justice to this topic.
We will look at
thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Dr. John Wood, former Minister of Information and Culture and President General Ohaneze and Igbo. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you.
And that's Sunrise today. I want to thank you so much for letting us be a part of your morning. For those that went out for the marathon, we hope you do. You had a good time. Thank you. I'm Neo Taibe.
And I am your Miss Otaibe. Bye.